The story of Alabama, a journey through time. Long before the highways, football stadiums, factories, and city lights that now shape Alabama, the land breathed with an ancient rhythm. Towering forests of pine and oak covered the hills, and rivers cut shining paths toward the Gulf of Mexico. In this lush world lived the Cherokee, Creek, Choctaw, and Chickasaw peoples, nations with rich traditions, deep spirituality, and thriving trade networks. They built villages along rivers, carved stories into the land, and crafted legends passed through generations. This world was their home, untouched by distant empires. Chapter 1. The First Strangers. One warm spring in the 1540s, the quiet forests echoed with unfamiliar sounds. Shining armor, heavy horses, foreign voices. Hernando de Soto, a Spanish explorer, marched into the land now called Alabama. To the indigenous people, these strangers were a mystery, powerful, curious, and dangerous. Their arrival brought conflict, disease, and change. After the Spanish, the French arrived, building Fort Lewis near today's Mobile in 1702. They traded, hunted, and dreamed of empire. But France's dream was short-lived. By the tides of war, the land passed to the British in 1763, then to the Spanish in 1783, and finally to the young United States after the American Revolution. Each empire left footprints, but the heart of the land remains stubbornly its own. Chapter 2. Birth of a State. As the 19th century dawned, settlers from the east came in wagons, cleared forests, and planted cotton. Rivers like the Alabama and the Tennessee became highways of commerce. Towns appeared, fields grew, and dreams expanded. Finally, on a chilly winter day, December 14, 1819, Alabama became the 22nd state of the United States. The new state grew quickly. Fertile black belt soil made cotton king, and enslaved African men and women were forced to work vast plantations. Wealth flowed into the hands of a few, while suffering fell on many. Yet, even in hardship, cultures mixed. Folk songs, religious traditions, and communities developed, threads that would one day shape American history. Chapter 4. Fire of War. When the winds of the Civil War swept across America, Alabama stood at the center of the storm. On January 11, 1861, Alabama seceded from the Union. In Montgomery, leaders gathered to form a new nation, the Confederate States of America. Montgomery briefly served as the capital. Cannons thundered across the South. Families split apart. Towns braced for battles. By 1865, the old way of life collapsed. Plantations lay in ruins. Bridges burned. Thousands mourned, and enslaved people walked free for generations. Freedom had come, but true equality was still far away. Chapter 5. The Road to Freedom. The mid-20th century brought the spark of revolution, not of armies, but of ordinary people refusing to surrender dignity. Montgomery, 1955. One winter evening, a quiet seamstress named Rosa Parks sat on a bus. When ordered to give up her seat, she simply said, "No." Her act of defiance inspired the Montgomery bus boycott, led by a young pastor named Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. A movement was born. Birmingham, 1963. Children marched, dogs lunged, fire hoses roared. The world watched in horror, then in solidarity. Selma, 1965. Marchers attempted to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge. On Bloody Sunday, police attacked them brutally. Yet they kept marching, and soon the Voting Rights Act became law. Alabama, once a symbol of segregation, became the heartbeat of the civil rights movement. Chapter 6: A New Alabama. As the decades unfolded, Alabama transformed again. Huntsville emerged as a center of space exploration. Scientists and engineers, including Werner Braun, helped send humans to the moon. Rockets thundered into the sky. From a southern land once covered in cotton fields, automobile factories rose, universities grew, and music from Muscle Shoals made the world dance and cry. Aretha Franklin, the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, all carried a piece of Alabama's soul in their songs. And along the Gulf Coast, beaches sparkled like silver ribbons under the sun. Chapter 7: People Who Shaped the Story. Alabama gave birth to legends. Rosa Parks, the mother of the Civil Rights Movement. Jesse Owens, the Olympic hero who defied Hitler's hatred. Helen Keller, the deaf, blind woman who became a global symbol of hope. Hank Williams, the country music pioneer. Joe Louis, world heavyweight champion. Each carved their own path in history, yet all carried Alabama in their hearts. Chapter 8: Alabama Today. Today, Alabama stands as a state balancing tradition and modernity. High-tech innovation in Huntsville, cultural revival in Birmingham, historical reflection in Montgomery, beach tourism in Gulf Shores, agricultural richness across the countryside. The echoes of history remain, but so does a forward-looking spirit. Alabama is no longer just the land of cotton, conflict, or civil rights. It is a land of resilience, reinvention, and rising voices. Epilogue: The Heart of Dixie. The story of Alabama is not a simple tale. It is a journey through triumph and tragedy, beauty and struggle, sorrow and hope. From ancient indigenous tribes to European explorers, from Civil War flames to the fires of justice, from rocket engines to musical legends. Alabama's story continues, carried forward by millions who call this land home. And as long as the rivers flow and the mountains rise, the story of Alabama will continue to echo across time.